Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Tech Unlocked podcast, the podcast where we unlock the latest news, leaks, and rumors, and more in the world of tech. I'm one of your co-hosts, Benjy from BenObi Tech, and I'm joined by
Taylor, TA Tech.
What's up?
What is up, guys? What is up? What's up, Benjy? Man, I can't believe it's another week. Thanksgiving is over. Man, Thanksgiving, let me tell you, I ate so much. I don't want to see food for another week. And dude, like we literally had leftovers all weekend. I'm like, I can't see another turkey for another 2 years. I swear,
that's the great thing about the holiday season. You just get to eat and eat and eat.
Oh my god,
and then people make New Year's resolutions in January where they're going to go to the gym every day and they stop after like 2 weeks. It's great. It's a wonderful time of year.
That's literally me, though. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to start going on a diet, doing this, doing that. No, it doesn't happen.
That's been me actually, like,
the complete opposite happens. It's like, god damn.
Yeah, I'd be like, man. Oh, I'm going to go out running every day, and then I go out one day, and then it's like, nah.
Oh, man. Hey, listen, now it's just like, now it's freaking Thanksgiving, Christmas. Forget it. Just go on a diet in January. That's it.
just go completely vegan in January.
Yeah, exactly.
That too.
Oh, man.
But yeah, also we had Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Did you get anything?
No. I actually I was gonna send this to you. I saw something on Facebook, and it basically said, "Stay home and save 100% off this Black Friday." I thought I was like, yeah. I was gonna post it on Facebook and tag you, and I'm just like, oh man, this is so accurate. I honestly wanted to, but I don't want to get anything myself that either my family or my parents haven't gotten me already for Christmas. So and I kept asking them, like, have you guys gotten me anything? Like, try to give me some hints on what you got me, because I did want to get something for the deals, and I'm just like, because there was so many good, even Apple deals. There was so many good deals on Apple.com and even Amazon. I think like one of the AirPods was like $99 or something, and I'm like, well, dude, that would have been awesome. Not for myself, but for somebody else. I would have been like, I would have gotten it, but one thing I keep saying that I'm like really wanting is the new iPad mini. If that's going to happen this year, I don't know. Hopefully it does at some point, but we'll see. What about you, man? Did you get anything?
Nah. Well, I mean, the only thing I got was like a subscription to StreamYard, because they had like a $10 a month subscription. So now that will basically make me want to live stream more. Hopefully.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
So, if anybody's listening to this and you're a tech creator or any YouTube creator and you'd like to be on my lives, I mean, hit me up, because I need to do a little more.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem is with me right now is like I work pretty much every day in the evening, so like I don't really have time to do live streams at a time where like people in America aren't working and like people in England aren't working. It's kind of a weird. I mean, today's my day off, so I might go live later on today. Who knows? We'll see.
Ooh, awesome, man. I'll be waiting for that.
If you're free.
No, I'm expensive. Sorry.
That's a good one. I'll give you that. But no,
my friend pulled that one on me the other day, so I just thought.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Anyway, Okay, so let's do it with those bad jokes for now. I was actually about to say this wasn't like a Black Friday deal or anything, but I'm considering getting an iPad soon. I was kind of thinking maybe
If you
iPad
get an
Mini,
iPad Mini before
iPad
me, I'm gonna
Air.
be mad.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna get the iPad Mini. I've decided I'm not getting the iPad Mini. Um,
Oh no?
Mainly because like it's a small device and I want to have something a little bit bigger that I can
Oh,
even
okay.
use maybe as an
Yeah, that's
external monitor.
understandable.
So I actually found the iPad Air, the 2020 iPad Air, on Amazon for like less. I think it's less than what the iPad Mini would cost. So I'm like
Seriously.
probably gonna get it. Yeah, but it's still in stock right now, which kind of sucks. But I'm not planning on getting it now. I'll probably get it like next month or the month after that. But
Oh wow.
uh, yeah, they've also got like Amazon. Honestly, like the other day, I was looking at Apple products that are sold on Amazon, and they're so
Hmm.
like the prices are so much better than Apple's. Like, of course,
Oh
the
yeah.
newer
I,
devices,
I,
like
I
if you buy an Apple Watch Series 7, it's still the same price. But if you go and buy like an iPad or like an older, well, not older, but like it was released a couple months ago or a couple years ago, but it's
yeah.
still like anyway, like for example, the iPad Air that was released
Right.
last year, it's like £70 off, which is about $100 off
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the retail price, which is great, and it's brand new as well. So
Wow.
I'm gonna definitely buy it from Amazon or something. Even the Apple Pencil, like you can get the Apple Pencil for
I
like
saw
20
that,
$20
and
cheaper.
dude, I saw that. I got an email, and I'm just like, oh, that is so tempting. That is so tempting. I had so, I got the Logitech crayon just because it was a little bit cheaper, and of course, me, making my thumbnails and stuff like that. Um, I don't know how, but I broke the tip. So I'm like, all right, well, this thing's a piece of crap. Uh, Not gonna care. And then I saw it at Walmart for like $10 cheaper than what I originally got it. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll get it. Same thing happened after 2 months. I'm like, you know what? If I ever get something again, it's definitely gonna be the Apple Pencil. I'm done with this cheaper stuff. Honestly, and it's as they say, and it's totally true. If you want something really good, you're gonna have to pay money for it. You know, and I'm not saying that the Logitech crayon isn't good. It was really good, but I just felt like it wore off way too quickly. I don't know why, but my
I'm
my
having
luck
issues with
is
my mic.
like
One sec.
zero.
My microphone is. I don't know what's happened to it. One sec. Keep talking. Find something to entertain people with.
Yeah. So like I've always wanted the Apple Pencil, and especially now this one, the Apple Pencil 2 with this new iPads that have the magnetic thing to charge it and to have somewhere to store it. Like that's crazy. I actually saw the iPad Mini 6 at Best Buy, like we talked about before, and I mean, I'm really sold. Like, I really want that so bad. And if I can get an Apple Pencil with it, um, man, my game would be really good. Now, I mean, I don't really need it for like thumbnail making now because now I've been using something else to make my thumbnails, which is a lot better. It's an app. I don't know if you've heard about it, Benji, but it's called Photo Room, and like
I think you told me about it
literally,
before.
yeah, and literally you input pictures, and it does like it takes out the background for you. So it's so clutch. I personally think I don't know about my viewers and other tech friends who watch my videos, Benji, what you guys think about my thumbnails. lately, but I think it's gotten a little bit better. And especially like with all this different customizations. Even this new app has really great text that you can use for your thumbnails. I would personally suggest it. I think there is a free version of it, but I do think that you can pay more, just like any other app, for more stuff. I really haven't gotten into it, but maybe I'll do a video on it for you guys to check out. So if you guys are subscribed to me, you'll see it. If not, what the heck are you guys doing? Subscribe to TA Tech.
Yeah, honestly, that's
Benjy, how you doing over there with the microphone?
I think I fixed it. It's still a bit flimsy, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, like one thing that I hate about making YouTube thumbnails sometimes, is like removing the background and stuff.
Yeah,
Like that's a very like the way I do it is it's very tedious sometimes, and then sometimes you just remove something that you're not supposed to remove, and like, oh no, I now have to start again. For those who don't know, I use Affinity Photo, which is more expensive. It's on Mac only. But honestly, like if I were to get an iPad, I'd get the Apple Pencil and get Affinity Photo on there, because removing the background with a pencil is so much easier than using a trackpad, which is what I'm using.
Oh yeah,
now.
for sure. Like
Anyway,
I said, I mean, maybe you should try out this app. I think you would really like it.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. But I think we're like already 11 minutes in and we haven't even started talking about anything that we planned to talk about. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started with
absolutely
talking about the news. What the thing that you guys are hoping to see or hear, whatever you're doing right now. So the first story we wanted to talk a little bit about is Apple is apparently going to bring back AirPower, but not exactly. They're still working on like a multi, like an air. If for those who remember AirPower, it was a really cool concept. You could charge your iPhone, your Apple Watch, and your AirPods all on one mat, which I think was really a great idea. But then, because of like manufacturing issues and overheating, they never were able to do it. So, but they are still working on something similar, and I think. Like personally, I think the way that they're gonna do this is they're gonna make it all like, I don't know if you know the MagSafe Duo, right, Taylor?
Yeah.
You know, but so it's got like a MagSafe puck for the iPhone and one for the Apple Watch. I think they might make a MagSafe Trio. That could be like a short term solution, because I mean AirPower is sick. Like it just looks the same, and no matter where you put the device on, that's very Apple. And I mean, they've made the MagSafe Duo, so why not make like a MagSafe Trio?
Yeah, no, definitely. Actually, when you mentioned that to me off podcast, I actually thought that was even better. To be honest with you, the way that MagSafe works, especially with the new iPhones and products, if they could make everything else MagSafe capable, then dude, definitely a go. I mean, the way I've seen the MagSafe and MagSafe Duo work, they're amazing. So I definitely think that MagSafe is the way to go.
Do you use MagSafe for your iPhone?
So no, I don't. The only, I mean, I can't really say that it's MagSafe because it's really not. But like, I do have wireless chargers around the house. But like the only MagSafe thing that I've seen so far, and I've asked for Christmas, is the Belkin. I think it's Belkin or some other company that makes the battery pack. And I've asked that for Christmas, but I don't own anything MagSafe yet.
Yeah, like up until a couple of weeks ago, that was the same with me as well. Like I didn't own anything MagSafe, but then I have 2 MagSafe wallets now, and I've also got a MagSafe battery pack.
By the
And then
way,
again, I want to get one of the wired.
that video of yours, man, really
That
awesome. Go check
the
that out, guys.
Yeah, guys, you should check out the
Seriously.
review of the Apple. What did I call it? The Apple MagSafe Wallet Killer. This thing for those who are watching on video. If my camera's on manual focus, so it's not going to focus. But yeah, it's great. I completely lost my trail of thought now. But yeah, honestly, MagSafe is probably one of the most underrated features on iPhone. I think it's just so
Yeah.
cool how you can attach accessories to it. You could have even a battery pack. You don't need to worry about having a cable or like using a wireless charging one where it slips off. The only thing I really want to get now is just like the MagSafe puck that I can use when I go to bed and stuff. I just put it on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
also a MagSafe car mount, because that would be very helpful. Because right now I've got one of
Oh
those
yeah,
ones that
for
you have to
sure.
like go and put your phone in and like clasp it. It's like so annoying. But just being able to magnetically attach it will be so good.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, MagSafe. Apple MagSafe all the things, please. Like, give us
Please.
MagSafe on the Mac. Well, the
Please.
MacBook already has MagSafe, but I want like the MagSafe that I talked about a couple episodes ago, where like you put your computer on the MagSafe mat and it just attaches magnetically. That would be so sick.
Dude,
But
that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
yeah, they're also
But
apparently working on long range wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. Well, reverse wireless charging is something that
yeah, but we've
most
heard
other
that for how
companies
long
have
and it
right now.
still hasn't come.
Yeah, I mean, I think Apple, they bought a company that did like long range wireless charging a while ago. Um, so the technology kind of exists. It just needs to be perfected and needs to be faster. Because it would be so cool.
Yeah,
Like, just
yeah.
imagine you walk into your room or you walk into your living room or something, and your phone automatically connects to the wireless charger that's like in the ceiling or something, and like wherever you are in the room, the phone's charging. That's basically what I think will be what they're trying to work on with the long range wireless charging. I think that would be so cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Or even
Definitely.
having like imagine having a home pod on a table, and then that home pod has like a technology that can make the whole surface, like the whole table, wireless, that can wirelessly charge. So like you could place your phone wherever you want on the table and it wirelessly charges
Ooh.
thanks to the home pod. Like those are the kind of like
Ooh.
the ideas that I was thinking of, and kind of the rumored, I guess. There were these things were being
Yeah.
talked about like years ago. And it's great that we hear that Apple is still working on that. And this is according to Mark Gurman from Bloomberg, who's got a pretty good track record with
Yeah,
Apple
I
algorithms and
saw
leaks.
that on Apple Track. It's like 80%, 87% accurate. So
Yeah,
here's the
and I mean,
hoping, guys. I mean,
yeah, iPhones have
I-
also another charging thing that they're working on is reverse wireless charging, which is unlike a lot of other Android phones, like my Galaxy S10 Plus, which came out in like 2019. This has reverse wireless charging. It's slow, but it works for like your AirPods or anything like that. And apparently, like the iPhone 12 and the 13 lineups, they have reverse wireless charging built in, but it's just not activated in the software. I don't exactly know why. Because like
yeah, that's weird.
when you have the MagSafe battery pack, I think the phone can charge the battery pack or something. Um,
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
not exactly sure, but yeah. So I mean, hopefully they do improve the charging. This would bring us a step closer to removing the port as well. Like if they manage to
Oh yeah.
do long range and reverse wireless charging, why would you really need a cable in those scenarios
True.
anymore? It's just MagSafe is
True.
just so good.
I mean, does anybody even use wires anymore? Like, with all this. I mean, I can see a lot of people still using them, but like, why? Why when
The
there's
only
so
time
many good things?
the only time I use a wire for my 13 mini is for fast charging. Like if I need to charge the phone really quick, I just plug it in,
Hmm.
because it's faster than wireless and MagSafe. So that's like
Right.
the only time I use the cable, and then of course I use cables for my MacBook.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
other than that, like I mean, if you mean like the phone and
if
stuff,
it,
I think I rarely use the charging port. I only use it for fast charging when I really need to.
right. Yeah. Exactly. Dude, you were saying earlier about, um, the MacBook charging with MagSafe. I would love that. And imagine if they made like a huge charger that would even give you space for other products. So like you could put your MacBook, your iPhone, iPad, whatever. That would be awesome. I would
You
definitely buy
could,
one of those.
yeah, they could implement that in the HomePod. I think like the you have a HomePod menu on your desk, and it just
Hmm.
charges everything when you place it on the surface.
Yeah, yeah.
That would
I
be,
would definitely,
I'd
I would
buy that.
definitely buy that right away, dude.
Even if it's like $200.
I mean, I've seen different ways that like you can put like coils under your desk and stuff and make it make your desk be a wireless charger. But at the same
Oh yeah,
time, I don't know if I want to do that. you know.
yeah. Anyway,
But
do
go
we want to move on to the next thing?
yes. Let's talk about AR glasses. What do you think about this? So it says here, Quosa's AR glasses will be powered with something like the M1.
Yeah, Ming Chi Kuo is pretty reliable as well when it comes to Apple leaks.
True,
But
true.
both him and Gurman said the Apple Watch was going to be flat. Same with John Prosser, but we don't care. Nobody cares about him. Um, he's a fake leaker. Um,
Yeah.
so I honestly like a lot of. There's been a lot of contradicting information about the AR glasses. I think like some people are saying it's going to rely heavily on your iPhone. Some have
Hmm.
been saying it's going to just be it's going to have like something like the M1 and it's going to run by itself and things like that. I think Ming Chi Kuo
Yeah,
also
I've heard
said
that.
that Apple is planning to ditch the iPhone in 10 years in favor of AR glasses. I don't know how you feel
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. No,
What?
no, no. Um, and I even said this in a video. I don't think that's ever going to happen because there's a lot of people out there who, and I say this because I have family members who are like this. It I have family members that when the whole iPhone 10 came out with a new redesign, they were like, "I don't like this thing. Like, what was Apple thinking?" And now they've switched because they had to, but like at first they're like, you know, who likes change? First of all, um, you know, so having that, like, I don't think people would like it because, again, who likes change? And, you know, there are a lot of people who like this new stuff, but there are a lot of people who don't. And for people who don't, like, honestly, it's going to be hard. Um, I think it's completely different, having something in your hand and scrolling and, doing whatever versus having something on your face. And, so I don't know. I think that if Apple's smart, they would keep iPhones going for those people who don't want to change. But for those who do, I mean, I see it going really far. I really do.
I mean, I think iPhones eventually will go away, but I don't think it's going to be within the next 10 years. Especially, I mean, Apple's going to be releasing these AR glasses, I think, end of next year, so 2022. Um,
Yep. Yep.
so, I mean, I'm looking forward to see how it's going to work, the OS. But then, like, I was listening to the Taylors of Tech podcast the other day where Drew and Nick were talking about these AR glasses and things. And they brought up a good point about how, like, if we were to replace our iPhone with these AR glasses, there would be some issues. Like, how are you going to do a FaceTime call with someone? Because you don't exactly have, or how are you going to take a selfie? You can't exactly do that with glasses because you're wearing them. So unless it has like some weird selfie stick thing that just comes out of the like your forehead or something, and then it just takes a picture of you, that would be kind of weird. But it could be a possibility. I don't know. Unless they can figure something like that out, I don't think iPhone is gonna get replaced that quick. Maybe like I think we need to find a solution for the cameras. I think once that is done, because I love the idea of AR glasses. Like, imagine you're using your MacBook, and then you could just add screens to the sides of your MacBook. Or, I mean, I think they could even I was thinking about this the other day. If they were to replace the iPhone, I don't think they would like replace it completely. Like, they could make an iPhone without a display, where the display is basically, you can only see the display with your glasses. I don't know if you
Yep.
if you understand. So then you still have the
Yeah.
cameras.
Mhm.
You still have the front facing camera. Maybe they wouldn't have the rear facing cameras. You probably use your glasses for that. Um, but you would have like, yeah, the front facing camera for FaceTime and stuff like that. So maybe it would just be
Mhm.
like a portable camera more than a
Yep.
phone. And then you would just be able to use the user interface and stuff using your AR glasses and stuff.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really cool, actually.
So I mean, we'll have to see how these AR glasses work. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
If it's as powerful as like the M1 as well, then I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna have like two 4K OLED
What?
micro displays. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a powerful headset. I can't wait to see like how the OS is gonna work and stuff, or even the price.
That.
'Cause
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna
gonna be
say that's
expensive.
my thing. Um, we know that for pricing, it's gonna be like 2,000. Um, what do you think the minimum? If they even do it, I think they will because they do it for all their products. But what do you think the minimum monthly payment would be?
I mean, I think usually Apple, they kind of like split it between 24 to 36 months, I think.
Yep.
So, I mean, doing the math, I'm gonna use a calculator because I can't be bothered to. So let's say it starts at 9.99. No, 19.99. So
Yep.
$1,999. That's usually what they do. Divided by 24, that'll be like $83 a month. It's a bit
Okay.
expensive, but I think
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
might like even offer the
Well,
36-month model thing.
right. Right. Definitely.
In that case, it'll be 55 a month. So I think they'll definitely do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can definitely see people doing that. Um, versus buying it outright. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of crazy people who buy it outright, but I personally would go for the monthly than the outright price. You know.
Yeah, I'll see if like whenever it does come out, see what my financial situation is and stuff. Because I think it is better to buy it outright, but I mean it's like a really
Yeah.
expensive thing, and also
True. True.
I don't know if it's gonna really sell that much at that price point. I think it'll be just bought by like those Apple fanboys and those people who want to try to live in the future. It's kind of like
Yeah.
Google Glass. I
Yeah.
don't know if you remember Google Glass. It was like
Yep.
those people just went around with them, and they were like quite expensive as well. I think they were around that same price.
Yeah, they
But they
were.
did a
Yeah.
lot less than what the AR glasses are going to do. Like the AR glasses are literally full-fledged glasses that's going to have things in front of you. You're going to
Yeah.
basically be living in the future like Iron Man.
Yeah. Pretty much though. Pretty much.
You know what would be
Uh.
sick though? Like they could release it. They'll never do this, but they could release a special Iron Man edition of the AR glasses. And it's like the Iron Man helmet, and you've just got the AR glasses inside, and you can.
Yeah. Yeah. That would
That would be
be
interesting.
actually.
That would be. I'd buy that and just wear it in the house. Like, of course, I wouldn't go outside. I mean, if they require masks everywhere, you just go around with a helmet, and you're like, I mean, my face is being covered. So
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. So,
anyway,
go ahead.
so I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about AR glasses wise before we move on to the next thing?
No, I think we pretty much covered it all. To be honest, like we were saying, I want to see how far this goes with the replacing iPhone thing. I don't think it's going to happen, but with Apple and technology in general, you just never know these days.
Yeah, I mean, I think Apple, out of all companies, will be the first one to ditch the iPhone. They come out with another courage thing.
Yeah, exactly,
Like courage,
exactly.
we're getting rid of the iPhone. We're killing it. We're not selling iPhones anymore. I wonder if they will still sell things like MacBooks and Apple Watches, because I would see maybe
Mm,
before the iPhone. I think the Apple Watch would be replaced first.
true. Yeah.
I think we could see the Apple Watch disappear before the iPhone, and then maybe after that, I think even AirPods could go. Because like if you
Yeah.
had the AR
Yeah.
glasses,
I mean,
they'd
if
probably
they
have like
do,
built in, they'd have those speakers with like bone conductors or something.
yep,
So there goes
yep.
AirPods. There goes Apple Watch. And then I think as soon as they sort out the camera stuff, there goes iPhone.
Hmm.
I don't know if they're ever gonna replace like iPads or MacBooks. I don't know how those would work, but I think
I don't see those
eventually, I think
going.
we're just gonna have everything digitally.
Probably though. I mean,
We're all gonna live in the
it
metaverse.
pretty much, pretty much. Yeah, like I've even talked about before in videos and stuff. I mean, y- we've seen things in movies and stuff, and it's just like I wonder if that's going to be our future. You know what I mean? Like because it just seems so real.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Like Back to the Future predicted we'd be having flying cars and hoverboards by 2015, and we're in 2021, and we're not even close to either of those. But,
True,
um,
true, true,
well, I mean, we have electric cars. We're having
true. Yeah.
kind of not exactly the same thing, but I mean, you can make them fly if you really want to.
Right.
If you
Exactly.
drive it off a cliff, you go from zero to 60 in like 2 seconds, and then it'll fly. Trust me, it works.
Yeah, fly into the ocean,
I've seen it.
maybe.
I've seen it in movies. I've seen it in movies. It's true.
I've
Uh,
seen it in movies.
anyway,
Oh
anyway,
man.
moving on. I think we're kind of going very very deep on this topic. But yeah, what do you guys think about
Yeah.
AR glasses? Let us know. Tweet it at us. Do you think Apple's gonna get rid of it? Get rid of iPhones in 10 years? Let us know.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So Apple has kind of secretly, not exactly completely publicly, announced a new MacBook upgrade program for businesses. So that's kind of like
I've
the
done a
little bit
video
of an
on it already. It's
explanation.
already public.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Sorry. You've been posting so many videos. Like I'm struggling to keep up with everyone at this point. But anyway,
Bro, listen. Whenever there's a topic, I'm on it. You know.
yeah. So I think this is really good. So basically how this upgrade program works is that the new 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros are offered at $60 and $75 per month. And
Yep.
then you can also get the MacBook Pro, MacBook Air at 30 and 39 a month. So they currently don't have any Mac computers like the bigger ones like the iMacs and stuff. Um, but this is currently, as we said before, it's currently only available as for businesses. So if you have a business account, you'll be able to take advantage of this. I wonder how long this upgrade program is, because $30 a month starting is
That's crazy.
is not that much, considering like the baseline MacBook Air is like $999. It starts
Hmm.
at 30 a month. But I think it's great how they're extending this. I would have liked to see it for iPads as well. Maybe even the Apple Watch.
Yes.
So it's great that they're
Definitely.
finally, like, after years of having it on the iPhone, they're extending it to Mac. So what do you think about all this?
No, I listen. I'm all for it. I think that having this um, would be amazing. I think that there's a lot of people, especially in the tech community, that would take advantage of this and do this. Um, because I personally think, especially for the tech community that does videos every year of new products, which I still don't know how half these people have enough money to do it. But I definitely think that people would be happy for it. And I also see a lot more people, you know, upgrading every year, to get the new stuff because, you know, there are a lot of people who do like the latest and greatest stuff when it comes to software and hardware. So, take advantage of it, especially if you're somebody who, owns a business or is even going to school and you need the latest and greatest. This is the way to go. This is the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think as of right now, I don't think you're able to get this, or I mean, I think it's only in the U.S. that you can get this. But I'm looking forward to when it comes to the UK, and
Yep.
maybe joining it because I mean it's great that they have this upgrade program now for Macs because like a Mac is really expensive. Like when you buy one, like
Yeah.
especially the new ones. The new ones are like
Yes.
$2,000 starting price
Yes.
or something, and buying that thing outright, especially for like if you're like a new YouTube creator or you've got a small business, and you're not making that much
Mm-hmm.
money yet, that is a huge like dent. And even if you were to finance it,
Right.
like in the end you'd pay it off and then you have the computer. But then if you wanted to upgrade, you'd have to go and spend an extra like maybe twice as much as you spent before to buy the new one.
Which
Like
which is
it's
crazy.
but with the upgrade program, like yes, you won't be able to keep the Mac unless you pay like a little bit extra, but you'll be able to upgrade
Mm-hmm.
every single. I don't know if you'll be able to upgrade every single year, every 2 years, or every single upgrade. Because I mean, I don't think they don't update Macs that often, as often as iPhones. So I'm all for this. I'm really excited. I want to see what I have to do to be part of it because I think it's a great idea. It's a great plan.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Like especially overseas, like UK and stuff. There are a lot of places where things are very expensive. So this is another way for people to get it. I mean, I always say, I think it's better. Yes, it can be a hassle to pay monthly for certain things, depending on pricing, but I would definitely go for it. You know,
And
um,
I hope in the next couple of years they also bring this to like just normal consumers instead of just businesses.
yes, yes, yes. They need
So
to.
hopefully,
They need
because
to.
I don't know if they did that with the iPhones. Because I remember the Apple upgrade program for iPhones I think came out when the iPhone 6s was announced. That was a while
Mm-hmm.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the iPhone
Yep.
6s. And I don't know if it came like I wasn't really that much into tech news and stuff at that point. Uh, but I don't know if it came out for businesses beforehand or not. But
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, not sure.
Anyway,
Uh, would you like to move on to the next subject?
sure, take it away.
So, next subject is another subject that I could rant about all freaking day. Um, all glass Apple devices. Benji, what do you think? Because, like I said, I could rant about it all day.
Um, like when I first heard of this, I was like, what? I don't think I even saw. No, yeah, I did see John's John Prosper's video about it. Um, but it's just very strange, and I mean, it's a patent, so don't
Mm-hmm.
expect this thing to actually be real. It's just Apple saying if we wanted to, we can do this, and if somebody copies us, we can sue them and make more money. That's kind of Apple's logic, I think. But I think it's really cool how how they are planning on doing this, but it still is kind of weird. It's like you turn it around and like the screen stays the same, and it's such a like this is such a weird concept. And like they're
Yeah,
planning on
that
doing like iPhone.
like
It
I even tried to
patented
make a video
glass
on it,
iPhones and glass Apple Watches.
and I even tried to make a video on it, like trying to explain it. But like the more I looked at it, I was just like, "What?"
Yeah, the more you try to explain it, the less it makes sense. It's like,
Yeah,
but
exactly,
from a
exactly.
durability standpoint, this thing is not to be put in the hands of clumsy people.
Yes,
You won't even be. I
yes.
don't even think you'll even be able to use a case with this unless they have like a case that like covers the whole phone. Like, how would cases even work? You just have like a 360 screen protector or something that you just snap on or something like that. Like, if you give this
Yeah.
phone to my sister's like well known in our family for breaking phones every single time. Like, she's on
Oh
her,
Jesus.
I don't know, she's had like 4 or 5 phones since she's had her first phone like a couple of years ago.
Oh
And she
gee.
recently broke her iPhone 11. And now she needs to go to
Ouch.
Apple and get it repaired, and it's not cheap. So like, if I were to give this to
Yeah.
her in like a day, it's gone.
Hmm. Yeah. Me too. Me too. That
Yeah, it's
listen.
like
That's why
drop
I
it
try
and it's
not
the
to
end.
leave. That's why I try not to leave the store without a case. Um, I usually even like before I go to the store to buy the phone, I'll get the case on like Amazon or something and like have it and be like, okay, well, I bought the case. Can you put it on for me? Because the minute I touch that phone without the case, it's gonna slip out of my hand. Especially the iPhone 12, the 12 Pro that I have, dude. I like, yeah, I almost dropped it in the store and it would have been bad because we had already paid for it. I was just like, the guy was just setting it up, and I'm just like playing around with it, and I'm just like, ooh, crap. Can you imagine just, okay, well,
Probably
you
so
bought it,
bad.
so, oh man, that would have
Apple
been
will be like,
awful.
oh, we don't care. Oh, actually, yeah, you can pay $500 for a replacement unit. It's very cheap,
Yeah, no
affordable.
thanks.
But then
Afford-
how is it even gonna work? Like, you're gonna have so many fingerprints on that thing. Like, already having a glass back,
oh,
you just like get so
and
many
that was another
fingerprints.
thing. Like, that was another thing that I even thought about. I'm like, okay, so A, how's this case thing gonna work? And B, like, this thing is gonna be full of fingerprints. So like, how can how would you be able to clean it and keep it so it doesn't have so many fingerprints unless they do some kind of glass that like is fingerprint prone, but like I don't even see that happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, I hope this doesn't happen, and it probably won't. So don't get your hopes up,
Mm.
people who weirdly want a glass phone.
Anybody who says they want a
If you
glass
do, you need
phone, please
help.
unsubscribe to my channel.
Yeah, they need help. Like,
Yeah, you need help, man. You
go
need
see a
help.
doctor or something, because I think
This is
your head is a
not the
bit
future. I'm telling you
no,
right now.
not at all. But like,
Um,
who who at Apple was like woke up one day and were like, let's design a glass phone. It's like, what? Out of all the things you could have like thought about, like what were you
yeah, thanks
doing
for the
while you
headache.
thought about this? What were you doing while you were thinking about this idea? Like,
Yeah,
were you high or something like that?
probably, probably, or freaking drunk at a
Anyway,
party or something.
yeah,
Oh
people will be
man.
people.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
that's enough about the glass phone. My touch bar has just frozen. Very wonderful.
Oh,
So the next
great.
thing, that's the thing that sucks about the touch bar. Why? Like, why do you have to? Hey, this is Apple telling me you don't need the touch bar. You can buy the new MacBook Pro.
Sure.
Anyway, so moving on, we have an interesting story of a woman who tears their car apart after getting a notification saying that there was an AirTag that was tracking her.
Dude,
So like,
dude,
basically,
that's
what happened?
crazy.
This has actually been happening quite frequently, which is very strange. Like, I don't think I've ever heard this happen with like Tile or anything like that. But people have been
No.
buying AirTags, and they've been sticking it to people's cars and tracking them. That is
Listen,
just like, to be able to
that's
think
crazy.
and act on that. It's like, what on earth is going through your head, mate? Like, it's so
Yeah,
strange.
yeah.
And the funniest thing though is like how this lady, she like, it says that she tore her car apart. Like what was she doing? She was
God.
like, "Oh no, there's an AirTag in my car." She like starts taking the seats out, like unscrews them and takes the seats out.
Just
Starts,
ripping.
rips the steering wheel off and tries to check. Opens the front of the car and takes the engine out and everything. Like, opens the fuel tank and pours all the fuel out. Like,
Oh man,
my
I
days.
would have loved to been a mosquito around that woman to see what the heck she did. But I think that's insane. Insanely good in a way that people get notifications like that. But for that person, that must have been a scary situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what would you do if you were like just driving around one day and then you get a notification? It's like,
Oh,
there's an AirTag
I probably
detected
would have
nearby.
freaked out. I probably would have freaked out and like try to. I probably would have done the same thing, honestly. Like if I couldn't find that, I would have freaking ripped everything apart and see where the heck that thing was. Um, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how people would do that. You know, and especially like I feel like after certain creators, I'm not going to say who, made videos of tracking people, this situation has gotten a lot worse. And I always said that in the beginning. Like, I saw somebody's video and they're like, oh, I'm the first to think about this, that, the other. And I'm just like, why? You're just giving people ideas to do this to people, and it's going to end really badly. Guess I was right.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder how Apple would even like try to fix this. Like, they could just, when you buy an AirTag, they like ask you a list of questions like, will you use this to track people? They make you like sign a contract or something. So yeah, it's scary that people are doing this.
Dude.
Very
Oh
strange.
my god. I mean, I feel bad for that woman. She must have had a heart attack. Seriously. Oh man.
Imagine it's like someone who doesn't understand what an AirTag is, and they like receive the notification like, well, it's like an old grandma, and she's just on her phone. She just takes her phone out before she starts driving. She's like, "What is this?" Just tells her grandson like, I think there's something wrong with my phone. This notification keeps coming up whenever I go into my car. It's like, oh,
Right.
you
Right,
got
dude.
an AirTag there.
Oh man. I wouldn't listen. I would have been like, you know what? I'm just gonna like deactivate my phone or whatever. I don't know what I would have done. Seriously. Awful.
I mean, if you
Awful.
deactivate your phone, then the AirTag would still be there, but
Yeah, true. I
so
don't
they'd
know.
still be
I
tracking you.
don't know.
But although they would still be tracking you, they wouldn't be able to track you as much. Actually, that's a good idea. If you see a tracker, just
Yep.
switch to Android until the battery dies on the AirTag.
Yep. Yep.
Because if you have an Android phone, then it won't pick up the signal of the AirTag and it won't send it to the person. So unless somebody walks by your car or you give someone a lift in your car that has an iPhone, they will not be able to track you.
True. True.
So
That's a...
just switch to Android and wait it out. If you
Yeah,
can't
but
find
how
it, of
long
course,
would I have to wait?
look around your
I don't
car
think
first.
Bro, I don't think I would last in an Android. Seriously, I don't know,
Or
man. I
just
don't
get
know.
an older iPhone that doesn't have Find My, or just use your
Yeah,
iPhone without Bluetooth. Just turn it off, or just open the phone and
yeah,
take the Bluetooth chip out and throw it away. Like, I don't want Bluetooth,
yeah.
and then you're good. Anyway,
True,
we can move
definitely.
on.
Let's move on to Apple becomes China's largest smartphone brand. Whoa. I thought they already were the largest. I mean, everything comes from China, so
Yeah, I think what it's saying, like, in the market, like, there's more Chinese people that have iPhones than any other. Because, like, you've got in China, you've got like Huawei, Xiaomi. Like, I think Apple is the last
true.
American tech brand in China right now, and like they've now become number one.
Wow.
So
It's
it's pretty
about
impressive.
time.
Yeah, there's like you've
Yeah.
got Apple. Apple's number one, and then Vivo's number two, Oppo, and then you've got Huawei. I thought Huawei was
Yep.
going to be higher, and I think you've also got Xiaomi.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep.
it's pretty impressive. Like, they've got, I think, 40. It says 46% of the market, um, the smartphone market, which is insane. It's like almost half of it. But honestly, like, every time I see a Chinese tourist, like when I go down to London and stuff, pretty much all of them either have a Huawei phone or an iPhone. Mostly iPhone, I've seen. So it's
Yeah.
quite interesting,
It is
considering they're
crazy
also
how
expensive.
like yeah, true. Um, I feel like there's a lot of people switching too.
Mm.
Switching to iPhone, which is kind of, especially if you're an Android user all your life and you're now switching to the Apple ecosystem. Congrats to you, because if you're one of my friends who have trashed me for always loving Apple, and now you're getting stuck into the same boat I am, it's about time. But you know, damn, like, I, you know what? I'm sorry to say this. I've always said it. Welcome aboard. This is the best of the best. You know,
I completely
seriously.
agree with
Like,
that.
there's no other company. There's no other company.
Yeah.
You
Um.
know,
So I guess
and
that's
I
just
even talk about it. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was about to wrap it up if you have something else to say.
No, I even say it in my video. Like, um, honestly, if you have one Apple product, you're gonna get sucked into the ecosystem. Like, you're gonna want more and more out of it.
Oh yeah,
So, like,
for sure.
over time, it was like me, dude. Like, especially, starting at the channel, like, I was doing everything on my phone for the longest time. And then I'm like, you know what? I've had enough of this. I need something bigger. Got the iPad, and now I have a MacBook. So it's going to happen sooner or later to everybody else.
Falling
I
into the
swear.
quicksand.
Yeah, pretty
You're being
much. Pretty
dragged. You're being
much.
dragged into the walled garden, never to never to be seen again from the outsiders.
Yeah, exactly.
But
True.
yeah.
True.
Anyway, just
Uh,
that was a little piece of news. Not really much to talk about with that.
nah, not really. But moving on.
Moving on. So I kind of mentioned in the last episode, and it wasn't really appropriate for me to share what I wanted to share like at that time. So here's a rant for y'all. Hopefully we can make this a regular thing. So I'm
Definitely.
now going to rant for the next like 5 or so minutes, um, of this like what's probably going to be an hour and a half podcast. Um, I'm gonna rant about my ISP, my internet service provider. So basically, going all the way back to the start. So I was on my mission and stuff, and my parents they switched to another internet service provider because it was cheaper. So I was like, okay, cool. I get home, the Wi-Fi is just not great. We got like 30 megabytes down, and then probably like 15 up, so it was very bad.
What the
Um,
heck?
and it was also very unreliable. Like sometimes the Wi-Fi would just kick out and stuff. And then we get a letter in the mail, and it's like, you can upgrade to get speeds of like up to 500 megabytes per second. And we're like, wow, that's pretty impressive. And so my dad calls up the company. It's like from the same internet service provider. My dad calls up the company.
Right.
He's like, "Yo, can we get this upgrade?" It was only like a couple of extra pounds a month as well, so it was pretty good. So like, yeah, cool. We'll upgrade for you. We'll send you the new router. They sent us like two Eero 6 Pros, which are like pretty high end, and like we didn't have to pay for them or anything. They're just included in the price, so that was pretty good. Because like by themselves are like
Oh wow.
$600 each, or something crazy
Oh
like that.
god.
So
Oh
fortunately, we get
god.
it for free. So yeah, so they sent us the routers and everything. We thought they were gonna send us one, and they sent us two, and then we're like, why did they send us two? So a couple of days later, the guy comes and installs our fiber optic and stuff, and makes sure everything's working. It seems to be working up until that point, and then for the past couple weeks, the connection has just been horrible. It's been worse than before. Like in my room, it's
Yeah.
fine now because I messed around with some stuff in the other room, but like my computer would kick out of Wi-Fi all the time. Like I think last week's podcast, for those who watched the video version of it, you noticed that my video quality was terrible. I don't know if it's terrible still now.
No, it's
Is it good?
perfect
No.
now.
Okay. So it was terrible last week, and that was because I had to like switch to my phone's data because it was just not reliable at all. And I was like, why? Like we've upgraded. It's supposed to be better. And like I got speeds that were worse than before. Like I got like 5 megabytes down sometimes if I was lucky.
That's
And like
insane.
not even a megabyte upload. It was
That
horrendous.
is
And like when I went next to
that's
the router and I'd do a speed test, it would be like
Yep.
100 megabytes. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. We're supposed to get like up to 500, but we're getting 100 next to the router.
Mm-hmm.
So then I contact them. For those who are in the UK, you probably have heard of TalkTalk. That's the provider I'm talking about. They're not very good. Don't recommend it. And I messaged them on live chat. I was like, hey, we're having issues with our connection. Like it's very unreliable, and also it's very, very slow. And so they're like, okay, cool. Okay, let me do a diagnostic check. And they're like, okay, the diagnostic check has come back. It's completely fine. I don't know why you're having issues. I'm like, well, when I run a speed test, it gives me this result. And they're like, oh, well, what are you using to do the speed test? I'm like, I'm using
I
like
would've-
speedtest.net. I'm using Google. Like, oh no, those third-party ones are unreliable. You should use our app to do the speed test. And I'm like, if I use your app to do the speed test, you're gonna tell me it's the best connection ever. It's like, why should I use your speed test thing
That's
just
a
to
lie.
tell me that it's exactly? They're basically like,
That's a lie.
they can rig it. And they're like, oh yeah, go check it. And then like
Exactly.
in the app, it says it's like 500 megabytes download and like 100 something upload.
Wow.
And I'm like, and then I even like when I'm trying to download apps or doing things, it like results. It feels as slow as the third party speed tests are saying. So I was like, okay, whatever. Whatever. You weren't able to help me. Goodbye. Have a nice day. And like I googled. I did a Google search to see like if any other people had this problem. Go away. Google just activated on my Galaxy. Anyway, so I did a Google search, and then it said that it was going to take up to 2 weeks to stabilize the connection. So I'm like, okay, we'll give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, it's completely the same. It's still the same story. It's terrible. And then the other day, my dad calls them again. He's like, yo, we're paying extra every month to have better connection, and our connection's worse. I'm like, oh, let me run a diagnostic. Oh yeah, there's a problem. We forgot to like activate your like super fast Wi-Fi or something. And also you're supposed to connect the second router that we sent you upstairs. And we're like, the guy that came to install it never said anything about that. And then the guy even put it on a glass table, and apparently like if you put a router on a glass table or something, it kind of fiddles with the connection and it's not very good. Honestly, like it's so
What the
bad.
heck?
Like this company.
Wow.
And now it seems to be working okay.
It's
Like I get 100 megabytes though, so it's still not the 500 they promised. But if
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah.
right next to the router, then I get about 400 ish, 500. So
That's
now
not
it's kind of
bad.
sorted out, but it's still not sorted out. Like I'm still
Yeah,
not getting the.
yeah.
They're over promising and under delivering. So if you live
Dude,
in the UK,
that's
do not get TalkTalk for your internet service provider. Thank you for listening.
and
There we go.
sponsored by BenObi Tech.
Yep. Sponsored by this. By the way, this podcast was sponsored by BenObi Tech. Everybody, shout out to that guy for sponsoring our show. Anyway, so I don't know what kind of speeds do you get with your Wi-Fi?
I mean, it ranges, I think. Um,
Like, is it
actually,
good, decent, or is it bad? Because I mean, every time like I do a live stream with you, or like I do video calls, like your connection is always great, and it's mine that's
not
just
really.
horrible.
Not really. I'm gonna go to speedtest.net and check it out right now. Now that you're
Like it's
mentioning
also
it.
very strange. Like if I do, like some speed test websites are just whack. Like I use speedtest.net and it says 100 megabytes, and then I go to Google and it says like 200. It's like, like who do you
Whoa!
trust? What?
Exactly, dude.
How much do you
So
get?
for what's that finish? Hurry up. uh, so for download, I got. Let's see. Why did that ad pop up? 244.74 for download. Upload 430.68.
Hmm, not bad.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just running a speed
So
test on my phone right now, and it says 4 megabytes download. What? I like the ping is 10 milliseconds. 150.
oh, that's insane.
Okay, give it a second. Let me finish this. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to Google. I'm gonna do speed test. Run speed test. Okay, here it's saying like 20, like almost 30.
Wow.
30 down. Yeah,
Wow.
29 download and 30 upload. No, 30 download, 30 upload. And then I'll show you. I'll go to the Eero app, which is the one for the. And then so we go here. It says 527 megabytes down, 73 megabytes up. None of my devices have
Wow.
gotten that.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
there's my little adventure with my internet service provider.
Dude, you need to come down. You need
I
to
need
come to
to,
the
you know,
US and get better speeds.
yeah, or what I need to do is I need to get Starlink. The
Mm-hmm.
that one I heard is so good.
Yeah, isn't that the one that Taylor Swift freaking talks about so
Yeah,
much?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one. It's the one that Elon Musk basically made with like satellites and stuff. That's honestly sick.
Gotcha.
Like I really hope they bring that to my area or something.
That'd be awesome.
Anyway,
Um,
that's enough for my rant. You can bring you can move on to the next point.
sure. So apparently the Twitter CEO resigned. What's that about? What did I miss? Because I did not see that.
So
What?
I saw yesterday. I saw some. I think it was yesterday or it was the other day. I saw.
What the heck am
Yeah, it
I
was yesterday.
missing? I'm
So
on
I
Twitter
was
all the
seeing
time. I
tweets.
didn't see this.
I was seeing tweets and they were like tagging the CEO and they're like, "Oh, it's so sad to see you leave" and stuff like that. I was like, "What?" So I go to his Twitter and then
Mm-hmm.
it says, "There's like a tweet from a couple weeks ago where he says I love Twitter," and then like the other day he was like, "Oh, by the way, I just in case you didn't know, I resigned from Twitter." And I was like, "What?" And there's
What
so many
the
news
heck?
stories. Like apparently he just stepped down. He's like, "Yeah, I just want to go do something else." It's like finally time for me to leave because the company is ready to move on from its
What?
founders because he's one of the co-founders as well, I think. So
Yeah,
so he left, and now they're giving there's a new CEO. So hopefully the new CEO um,
that's
is going to like give us the option to edit tweets
yes, please.
without having
God
to pay
damn,
a subscription and only having 30 seconds,
that's
like 10 seconds to change the tweet.
that's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of weird.
Twitter needs to change. Can you imagine if they decide to change name too? Like,
Change what?
can you imagine if like the new CEO? Okay, it's not Twitter anymore. It's something else.
They just create a brand on top of it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, what would Twitter? What other companies does Twitter have that they haven't killed? Like they bought Vine back in
True.
the day, and they killed it.
Mm-hmm.
What else did they buy? They bought Periscope, and they killed it. I'm trying to think. They bought so many different companies, and then they killed it after like a little while.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like one of those companies. It's kind of like Google, except Google creates the companies and then kills them. They like create
Right.
Google Allo, which is a messaging service. They're like, oh, this is better than iMessage, and then they just kill it after a couple of years.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude. Do you remember when we first streamed together? We used to use Google Hangouts.
Oh yeah.
That was
Back
those
back
were
in
the
the day.
days, huh? Damn,
Yeah.
bro.
You have like the watermark as well, and now we
Oh
have to
my
go
god,
in
that was horrible.
we have
That
to
was
go in
horrible.
we have to go and forage for different
Bro,
things.
I saw a few times. I went back and I saw the first stream that I did with you on my channel. Oh my god, that was horrendous. My quality was awful. My
Didn't
HP
you stream
computer
from your
was awful.
PCs? Yeah,
Yeah,
you stream
what?
from your PC. That's funny.
Dude, yeah, I don't ever want to do that again. I'm sorry. That's just, oh my, I saw that and I'm just like, uh, thank God I switched because if I was still going through that, I probably wouldn't even be where I am today. Honestly, I'd probably be at like less than 100 subscribers.
Oh yeah,
No doubt. Oh man.
that's
But
crazy.
yeah, like,
Anyway,
but it's,
oh yeah,
it's
Google
crazy how
actually, yeah,
time
that's
flies.
a good point. Google also killed Hangouts, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
It still
And like,
exists, but it's only a messaging messaging platform now.
it's
Like Google has
crazy.
like 20 of those. Like
Dude,
you want a messaging
like,
platform? Here's a plethora of. There's like you've got
and now
Twitter.
there's StreamYard, which StreamYard is amazing. Like, honestly, if
Imagine
you're
Google buys StreamYard.
don't don't ruin my dreams. Don't
They buy
freaking
StreamYard,
step
and then in
on.
like 2 years it'll
No,
disappear.
no,
Like, God, no, it's not making
dude,
money.
don't ruin my mood, dude. That would be awful, awful. I can't even think of what would happen.
I mean, it's popular, so
StreamYard has become like so amazing. Like I follow their streams sometimes. I don't know if you know. There's a couple channels out there that like they go through how to stream and stuff. Like one is Melanie Diane. Um, I don't know the other one, Laria Petrucci or something like that. From
yeah,
Live
never heard of
Streaming
them.
Pros. I gotta send you the channels because they do amazing streams and they teach you different things of how you can really like live stream like a pro. Even using like OBS and StreamYard, the different things you can do, it's
Hmm.
amazing.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking forward
I'll
to
send you their
seeing.
channel afterwards.
Yeah, like I would use OBS, like Streamlabs.
Hmm.
They're two different things. Now, I would use Streamlabs OBS if like my computer could handle it, and also if there, it would be nice if they implemented a way where you could have like a video call. But then you've got StreamYard, which does that. Like it's also browser based, so you don't have to worry about your computer overheating or anything unless you're using a green screen or whatever.
I know that this isn't in plans of conversation, but can we just rant on how StreamYard still does not have an application? Like,
Yeah, you were talking to me about it the other
oh,
day.
yeah, dude. Like, honestly, I know, like, in some aspects it's hard, and I understand, but like, man, come on, it would be so much easier, especially if you want to stream it on your phone. Like, I mean, I use StreamYard on my phone too, and it just, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Have you ever streamed from the YouTube app?
yeah, I have, but I can't.
This is like completely off. Yeah, no, no, but this is like completely off topic a little bit, but also at the same time, kind of. Um, so what was I gonna say now? Just read part of a message and my trail of thought is completely gone. Oh yeah, back in the day, like I remember when the YouTube app didn't have a live stream option and you had to like download a separate app, put in a code or something,
Yep,
and then use
yep,
that. I think you were around when that was a thing as well, right?
yeah, yeah. I was.
And then they
I
finally
remember that.
introduced the feature in the app, and then now on the website you've got webcam. Wow, those were the days.
Oh my god! Listen,
So annoying.
and
And
now,
then
and
and you
remember,
couldn't
like,
exactly and you couldn't exactly stream with like one device because you could not see the chat on that one device. So you have to have
yes,
another device
I
with you to
hated
read the
that.
chat.
I
Wow.
hated that. I hated that. And that's like the main reason. Like, I don't know if you remember over the summer, before I went on vacation. Like, I did videos and streams trying out different applications, so I would be able to stream when I was on vacation from my phone. And I ended up saying screw all of those applications, going on Safari and signing on to my StreamYard and just using that. I was just like, I was so fed up with it, all the applications. Not to say they're not bad, but there's nothing like StreamYard. There's nothing like StreamYard. I'm sorry. And I know, like I said, it's hard to create an app and, it takes a lot of work and stuff. But, dude, like, get on it. Come on. Make
I mean,
lives easier.
they're growing every day, so I mean, they might as well
And that's the
do it.
thing, like, even, and it's not even for like YouTube creators. It's for everything. Like, everybody's using it now. Like, there's so many professional companies out there who are using it now, and it's just like you you're seeing this, and you're not making things better. Like, come on, you know.
Yeah.
But that's my
Hopefully, we can.
rant. I just wanted
We'll see.
to.
So you guys got
Sorry for
two
getting off
rants in today's
topic.
episode. We need to think of a rant for next week as well.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
All right, so we're almost done, guys. So we've only got three more things to talk about.
Yep.
So one of the things, actually, this is something that I wanted to bring up for quite a few episodes now, but we've never really had time to address. So Tesla, there's been rumors that they've been working on a smartphone. Now, this is a rumor that's been
Oh God.
floating around for the last couple of years. It's not
Yeah.
happened yet. And my dad has been saying like, "Oh yeah, when Tesla makes a phone, they're gonna destroy the whole smartphone market. Apple's gonna die," and stuff like that. I'm like,
You sure about that?
I don't know. Like, look at the quality
No.
control
No.
Tesla has right now. It will be
Okay.
great. I mean, honestly, it would be great if this phone actually comes to life. Because I'll go through the specs and the rumored specs in a second. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
let me ask you this: what software do you think they're gonna use?
That is a good question, and I hope they make their own. I
Dude.
don't. Maybe like in the beginning they might use Android, but I think like Tesla could really compete if they made their own software and they had their own.
Yes.
Now, if they had their own app store, then it would probably take them some time to get apps onto that app store. Like Microsoft failed at it. Huawei,
Yep.
I think, has their own app store, and I don't know how they're going with it. But but they seem to still be surviving, and people still buy their phones, even though it doesn't really have the Play Store. At least I don't think it does. Um, but hopefully it doesn't have Android. I don't think it's gonna have iOS. That's
Yeah,
for sure, unless Tesla decides to do some weird partnership with Apple and make like a Tesla edition iPhone.
yeah. That
Never
I
know.
was even talking about it with a friend of mine last night, and I don't really see Apple giving permission to that. Although I think it would be cool to if they would come together and give tips or whatever and help each other out. But like, yeah, I don't see that happening. Um, but could you imagine if like they decided to use like stock Android or something like the really, yeah, yeah. Um, God, I can't even imagine. And what about
Yeah.
pricing?
So,
Like to compete with all these other companies.
because also
Damn.
like the specs this phone's gonna have, the features, it's pretty insane. So I'll just quickly go through some of the rumored features, which I don't think are all
Mm-hmm.
gonna happen in like the first edition. That's for sure. So one of them is gonna connect to the Starlink satellite network. So you're gonna be able to get speeds of
Okay.
up to 210 megabytes a second. Instead of having like 4G and stuff like that, I think it's gonna have that. Um, it will be able to mine Elon Musk's future Mars coin cryptocurrency. So it's gonna have like a cryptocurrency wallet built in, which is cool. I'm sure it's gonna be
Okay.
secure as well, and it's also gonna be able to mine a certain cryptocurrency, which is Elon Musk wants to create a cryptocurrency for Mars, and that's basically what this phone's gonna be able to mine. It's gonna have solar charging, no wireless charging, no like plug-in charging,
What
solar
the
charging.
heck?
It's gonna
Okay.
have built-in Tesla vehicle control. So like instead of having like
What?
the app, I think it's just gonna be built into the phone. It's gonna have a hole punch camera. It's gonna have an
Excuse me.
ultrasonic in-display fingerprint sensor. It's gonna have 4 rear-facing cameras. We don't exactly know
Dude.
what specs are gonna be yet, but you're gonna be able to take photos and videos of the sky at night. So it's gonna like perform well in low light. And here's another
Wow.
feature that's probably not very realistic as of right now. Like the technology isn't really even developed. It's gonna have the Neuralink technology for users with brain injuries. So I don't exactly know how that's gonna work, but it's gonna like help people with brain injuries do more things or something. It's like gonna connect to your brain or something. That's kind of a
Okay.
weird feature. But
Okay.
there's there's honestly so much, there's so many questions that I have about this phone, but I mean, if they release this, I don't think many people are going to buy it, but it's definitely going to be a phone that a lot of people are going to be interested in, and a lot of like Elon
Yeah.
Musk and Tesla
Yeah.
fanboys and fangirls are going to definitely get. Because I think if it has even half of these features, like the connection with the Starlink satellites, that alone I think is just a key selling point. Because I mean, Apple
Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
put a modem in their, they put a chip in their phone that allows like satellite connectivity. So like the technology is out there, and it's not activated yet, but it might be in the next couple of years. Who knows? Maybe they'll work with Tesla on releasing their own phone contract or something. That'd actually be cool. Um,
Yeah. That
I
would.
also like the idea of being able to have like a cryptocurrency wallet built in. As someone who invests in cryptocurrency, I think that's a really good thing. And also, being able to mine cryptocurrency while you're just walking around or doing things is great. So then you're just making this phone's gonna make you money as well. And even the solar charging, that would be sick.
Yeah. Solar charging seems legit. Like that seems pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That's
So
unheard of.
even if it has half of these features, like I think it would be a really interesting phone to look at and to try out. Maybe not to buy and use
What
as a daily driver, but just
What
to
do you think the
use.
cost is going to be?
I mean, I think with all the features it's gonna have, I think it's gonna be upwards of like 5,000. No, not 5,000. $1,500. I think.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah,
Easily that, or maybe even 2,000. I hope not, but I mean, it's Tesla. you know.
On the on the news article that I put in the show notes, I was just
Hmm.
looking at some of the pictures and there's a video and I'm like, there's a guy in it. Oh, that looks like Drew from Taylors of Tech. I'm like, oh wait, it
Oh my god,
is.
I gotta see. Wait,
It's his
right?
unboxing. Yeah, it's 6 of 15.
Okay, I
So
gotta see this.
the release date is still up in the air. Like some people are saying it was gonna come out the end of this year.
Oh my god.
Um,
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah, but
Dude, shout
anyway,
out to Drew from Taylors of Tech, man.
yeah, you got to shout out Golf News, whatever that the I don't even know what this news site is. Um, but yeah, honestly, I'm really hyped because I think if Tesla made a phone, they'd really be able to compete with like the Android phones out there. I don't know if they would be able to compete that much with Apple simply because of like the whole
Yeah,
ecosystem thing. Um, but I mean, apparently this phone is also going to be able to work. It's going to be designed to work on Mars.
that's crazy. That is crazy.
Um, so
Damn.
honestly,
Now I want to get it and go to Mars and take pictures and stuff. Man. Oh man.
and also like even with all of
But
their AI, all the stuff they're doing with AI as well.
mm,
Like Elon Musk even saying AI is the future, and them really working on bettering AI and stuff. I
right.
think they could really compete with Google's AI like pretty well.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
Like they
sure.
definitely make a dent in the smartphone market. I think if they that is if they market it properly, and
Yep.
things like
Yep.
that. Because I think there's a lot of people that probably won't buy this. Most people probably won't buy this. But I mean, it's got those key selling factors. Like if it connects to the Starlink satellites, that's way more reliable than like certain cell towers.
What
Like
the
they've
heck?
already
Okay.
launched. SpaceX has already launched like 3,000 satellites or something for their Starlink network. So,
Right.
and they're planning on going up to like 30,000 or something in the next couple of years. So
Hmm.
you're not going to be able to really have you're not really going to have many connection issues, and like even the speeds are just great. They're like more reliable than 5G and stuff.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
great.
Definitely. So moving on, Elon Musk tells Tesla employees to stop rushing to increase quarterly deliveries. He wants the company to focus on reducing costs instead. What do you think, Benji?
It's a good idea. I wish they would have, instead of like focusing on reducing costs, I think they should reduce imperfections in their cars. Because I don't know if you've seen like some
That
videos, like
right
some people
there.
they get their Tesla delivered and like the door panel is like disaligned and stuff. It's not good.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
sometimes
I've
the
seen stuff like
interior
that.
is kind of cheap. Um,
Yeah, they
I mean, I
they
guess they're trying to make affordable cars that are electric, which I guess I'll give them that.
true, true.
Model 3, Model Y. Um, so what do you
Yeah,
think?
my no, I definitely agree. I think that before anything, they need to, make sure that their stuff works before anything. Like honestly, software and hardware. That's for any company. Like, come on, you know. Um, I told you that a family member of mine just got a Tesla 3, and
Yeah.
dude, that thing is insane. I damn. I have yet to ask him if I can make a video riding in it and talking
Ooh,
about experience.
you need to do a video. Are you allowed to drive it?
No, no. I don't
Oh,
I don't drive. I don't
all
drive.
right.
Yeah,
That'd be
so
sick though.
but if he could take me on a ride and do a video with me, that would be awesome. That would be insane.
Yeah,
Um,
I wish I could even test drive a Tesla, but I can't because I'm not 25.
Damn.
It sucks.
How long you
I
got?
can't even rent. I can't even rent one here in the UK.
That's wow.
I have to wait 4 years. So like, let's say okay, Tesla, Elon Musk. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this or watching this, please fix this. So like, let's say I wanted to buy a Tesla. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go buy a Tesla Model 3. I've got the money and everything. I can pay for cash. Um, let's say I go to Tesla and I'm like, hey, can I test drive a Tesla? Like, okay, yeah. How old are you? I'm 21. Oh, sorry, we can't let you test drive it unless you're 25. There you go. You've lost a customer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I could go to like Audi or something or Mercedes, and I could
Mm-hmm.
those cars are even more expensive sometimes, and I could go test drive one
Oh
of
yeah.
those.
Yeah, for sure.
So
For sure.
Tesla,
Uh
please lower the age.
please make
I
things
love to
better.
honestly. I love to drive a Tesla. That's like
Oh my
my
god.
dream
Me
is to
too.
have a Tesla. I want to own a Tesla, but even just driving one for a few minutes. But I think that would probably
Dude,
get me able to
I
like
always
just
wanted
save up and buy a Tesla if I
to ride
tried
one,
one.
and then like, like I said, my family member told us he was getting one, and I'm just like, what? I'm like, okay. And then he shows up, and those things are so cool. Like, he could even like, uh, put the music outside the car and everything, and I'm just like, I was so blown away. I never imagined any of that. It's so
Teslas are so
crazy.
cool.
Oh, I
Honestly
actually
love
gotta
them.
tell you a story. I gotta tell you a story off off
All
camera
right, story
because
time. Let's
th-
go.
th- no. So okay, this is kind of like crazy. Um, and I don't know if you allow this in the podcast, but so he comes over the house and he has music blasting outside of the car, so we know he's there. I get outside. I get outside. My parents started talking to him. I get outside, and all I hear is somebody, what sounded like somebody ripping it, if you know what I mean. And I'm like, what the hell was that? And he goes, that was my car. I'm like, what? He honks the horn. I hear it again, and I'm just like, what the heck? You could actually customize the horn to anything you want. And he, out of everything, he picks that. And I'm just like, what?
It's funny. There's also a you can also turn on a
I was,
feature where like
listen,
if people are in the
no
back
joke.
seat.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
no joke. I was there for like 10 minutes laughing my butt off because of that.
Yeah, there's also you can also turn on a feature where like when you have passengers in the back, you just have random fart noises come from random places in the car, so they're like, "What?" So imagine an Uber. Imagine you take an Uber with like a friend or something, and then that happens, or like you're an Uber driver and you just have that feature turned on. You just
Dude,
randomly have it go off.
you know what's even funnier though? A freaking cop passes by my house and hears that and stops, gets out of the car, and like looks around and then gets back in and drives away. I'm like, why was I here for that?
Have you ever seen? I don't know if there's more than one, but there was a video that I saw a while ago. This is kind of like still Tesla, but kind of a different topic on Tesla. But the police stopped this guy who had a Tesla Model 3, and then they're like,
Mhm.
you can't be using that screen in the car or something like that. And I was like, it's built
Oh, I
into
think
the
you told me
car,
this.
and like
Yeah.
I have all of the everything, the things that I have in front of me in the dashboard are there.
Right.
And like he starts this argument with this police officer trying to help convince him that like he could only use
Oh
that
my
screen to
god.
do things.
Oh my god. That is. Oh, I can't. I can't. But yeah, I had to tell you that one because that was just like that was a day that I'll never forget. Let's put it that way.
Funny.
Oh man. Oh man.
Anyway, this podcast is
Yeah.
like the longest podcast we've ever done. So hopefully
Hey, listen,
everybody
we're
who's
having
listening to
fun,
this
man.
didn't get bored. Yeah, we're having a great time. So to wrap up this episode, there was just a couple things we wanted to talk about. First of all, Mr. Beast's Squid Game video. Have you seen it?
Yeah, a little bit, not much.
I watched the whole thing the other day. It hit 100 million views within 72 hours.
What the heck? Yeah, I
That
heard it was a really
is
good video.
crazy.
And like,
It
yeah,
was it was so good. Like I didn't watch the original Squid Game just because like I don't know, it looks like a very strange thing. But Mr.
yeah,
Beast's was so good. Like how he recreated a lot of the stuff, and I wonder how much money went into all of that. Like they gave away $500,000 to the winner, plus like money to everyone else as well.
yeah.
And
That's
like
insane.
that set, the whole set and stuff, that whole production must have cost like probably a couple $1,000,000. Like it's
Oh god, I
insane.
gotta go watch that.
Um, and like the fact that it's hit 100 million views, and like the video was even sponsored and stuff. I'm sure he
Yep.
made like that money back like quick.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
for
insane.
sure.
But yeah, 100
That's
million
all.
views in 72 hours, and it's still gaining views. Like I don't know how many views it's got right now, but let me see. Um, Mr. Beast Squid Game. So as of recording this podcast episode, it's the 30th of November, and it's 3 p.m. here in the UK. Um, it's got 123 million views
Wow, that is
in
insane.
less than a week.
Damn, that's insane. I wish our videos got that many views.
Like I need to do the math and stuff to see how much money he made from just this video, but I'm sure he's made like at least 100K from this video,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
probably more.
yeah.
He's probably made 1 million or
That's
more.
crazy, bro. That is
It's
crazy.
like Mr. Beast is doing some big things out there, honestly.
Oh yeah, he is. He is. He really is.
Breaking the internet
You're breaking the internet, exactly.
by throwing money at people.
But
That's all he does. That's all he really does. He's got money. He's like, I don't like money. I don't want money. I'll just give it to this random homeless person and make a video about it. Or I'm gonna buy this
Shoot.
car dealership and just sell cars for $1.
Right, exactly. Damn. I
But
actually gotta
anyway,
get. Actually gotta get into more of Mr. Beast content because people keep telling me he
some of his
makes.
videos are so good. Like, man.
Damn. Yeah,
Anyway,
definitely. To finish off the podcast, um, Benji, should we talk about what we were talking about off podcast about what our
sure.
plans are?
Take it away.
So, all right. So we've been thinking, and we've done this podcast for what? This is the eighth episode already. Damn,
Episode, yeah.
we're getting there. We want to have guests come on and talk about different tech topics out there. So if there's anybody in specific that wants to come on, or you guys think that needs a chance to come on, let us know, and we'll definitely reach out to them. We already have a couple people in mind that we want to invite. So to those of you who were thinking about, stay tuned and pay attention to your Twitter DMs because an invite is coming your way. But yeah, I mean, we've thought about it for a while, and we wanted to get to a certain point of the podcast, and then get people on. We've always wanted to do this, so hopefully in the next episode or two, we'll have somebody on and talk tech and stuff with you guys. But again, like I said, if there's anyone specific that you guys think should come on, let us know, and we'll reach out to that person.
Yeah, for sure. Like we're
Anything you want to
currently.
add?
No, I think it's all good.
Mm.
What? Oh, yay. The product that a company's sending me is arriving like 2 days. Anyway,
Oh,
so
yeah.
what was I saying? Yeah, so if you're a
You're
creator or you're just a tech enthusiast and you love Apple, especially, we don't want any like Samsung Knights on here, please. Unless Taylor wants to argue with some.
Hey,
some
I'll argue with half my friends on a podcast. I don't care.
So yeah, so if you're interested in being on the podcast,
You're wrong. I'm right. That's it.
Feel free to reach out, and if we know how can I word this? If we want to, we'll include you in the show at some point. Because we're almost at episode 10 and we have had no guests. And also that the news is getting like quite, like the tech news is dying at this point.
Yeah. So,
until probably like summer next year, we need guests.
Yeah. Even if it's just a, chill podcast where we're just talking about stuff that we're planning to do,
hopefully
or whatever.
Tech related.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully tech related. It would be cool to have some people join us. I before this channel on YouTube became the Tech on the Lot podcast, I was doing a Saturday morning sit down show where I had guests come on and we would talk tech and chill out and have fun. And we want to do the same. We want to have guests and talk tech and just have fun with it. So like I said, if you're interested, let us know. But with that being said, Benjy, why don't we wrap it up here? And I'm sure next week we'll have a little bit more to talk about. Hopefully, this was one of the longest episodes.
Next week's going to be a 2 hour.
Yeah, we'll increase hour every week.
Yeah, exactly.
In a couple weeks, we'll go to like 5-6 hours episode.
Or 24. Like, yeah, we're gonna be
24
by next year. Next year we'll be at 24. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed watching or listening to this podcast. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and the podcasts. The link to the Anchor podcast thing will be down in the description below. You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Google Podcasts, basically any podcast place that you use. We should be on there. So if you want to listen to it, you can. Also, go follow us on social media. Follow our Twitter, YouTube's. Be in the description below. But yeah, that's about it. We'll see, or you'll hear from us next week.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.